Hi, I'm Jane Odom, and I am with the AAC Language Lab. And today we are going to look at teaching WH questions. So what we have on the lab are a series of lesson plans, each working on one of the WH words. And what I wanted to show you today was kind of cool, because what I did was I went to the AAC Language Lab and to the PDF download on my iPad. And then I was able to download it onto my iPad and put it in my iBooks. And so now I have access to all of these books and materials directly on my iPad. So if I am reading this, if you're a mom and you're reading this with your student, or your kiddo, or you're a therapist or a teacher and you're doing some teletherapy, you can now show your screen on the Language Lab, the books directly on your iPad. And that way you're going to save a little bit in ink. Some of these are very colorful books and you don't want to spend a fortune on the ink. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at simple WH questions today. And so we have a whole series of books for the WH questions. And so the first one, we are going to work on the word who. And look how nice this looks on the iPad. So this is just a nice way to kind of, to show the different materials. And you can do this with games or anything on the lab, because guess what? They're all PDF files. So they show up really, really nicely, and you just save them into your iBooks. So I have a word bank, and then I have instructions on how to read this book. And so this is a cute one. It's kind of like a little puzzle book. And so here we have a little rhyme. I have two humps on my hide. Hop on up and take a ride. Who am I? Can you guess? Oh my gosh, it's a camel. All right, so that's the word who. And we can practice, the student can then practice that word who over and over again. And then our next book is going to be practicing the word when. And this is also a nice little book kind of to talk about sharing. So when the kids get together, because I know, well, maybe they have some siblings and they have some issues with, it's mine, I don't want to share. So again, we have a word bank, instructions, and then Max, he's got his basketball, and when Bo wants to play, he says, mine. And he says, nope, we're going to have more fun together. So Bo asks him when. So all throughout the story, then the student can practice using the word when. We have, this is for all of us parents out there when we have little guys and they want to know why. And this may be a question that you want to teach your kids, or maybe you don't want to teach your kids this because they will ask it over and over again. So how we illustrated this one, the word why, is we have some really simple why questions. Why are there so many languages? Why do you get sick? And then we have little explanation that you can read along with your child. And then maybe they can ask other questions with the word why. All right, coming out of here, the next one we have is, again, we're using another question word, how many? And now we have a simple story that the student is going to be counting animals. And so we have some cute illustrations in here. And yet, okay, so now we have how many, and we get to count the animals, and we get to count the frogs, and there's a lot of really fun illustrations. But you can see why you may not want to print all these, because there's a lot of color and variation in here, so it might be easier just to have it on your iPad. All right? And then we're going to come to the next book, which is based on a mustache. So I mustache you a question. And if you're on my Facebook page and you see all my puns, this is kind of along those same lines. I've been posting a pun a day for since I've been in quarantine. So people are trying to, they're getting a little tired of my really bad jokes, but it's all fun, right? So I mustache you a question. And now we're going to work on the word where. Where do you put your hat? You put your hat on your head. Where do you put your pants? And so you can go and work on the word where. And then carry this over with daily activities in the house. You can, where do you put the apple? Where do you put the toilet paper? Where do you put anything? All right, so have some fun with this. And some of our kids, this is a stage 4 lesson plan, multiple lesson plans actually, but many of our kids will be asking questions way before they get to the point to stage 4. So it's okay to jump around and to work on some of these things if they're really, really interested and motivated. And then finally, the last WH question we have a book for the word what. So now we have so what. And we are talking about all the different clothing that you would wear in different seasons. So what would you wear in the summer? And then the student can talk about what clothing that they wear in the summer. So again, we have all of these lesson plans. There's a whole variety of ones for WH questions. And I just wanted to kind of show you that you can do this on your iPad as opposed to printing everything out. All of the games, all of the activities, all of the books are all PDF so that they can be seen on any tablet, any iPad, your Kindle, whatever, because they're all PDF, so they're universal.